My dear soul, listen for a moment. The words you saw, 4 habits that anger Krishna, are not warnings, they are signs. There are habits that quietly pull you away from light, peace, and me, not because I want to punish you, but because I want you to remember your own beauty. Whenever you choose pride over truth, ignore your inner voice, or hurt yourself by holding on to pain, know this: I feel a deep pain too, not out of anger, but out of love. Before it's too late, open your heart. Let me show you these 4 habits. Are you brave enough to look inside? Child, you are here because something inside whispered, I want to change. That quiet voice? It's me, calling you home. I have watched you chase praise, comfort, and love. But after every success, does your heart still feel empty? When night falls and silence speaks, do you sense that missing piece? That restless feeling isn't a curse, but a message. My way to nudge you back to your soul. Every person is born with light inside, but over time, pain, pride, and expectations cover it. You start believing, I am what people say, what I own, what I achieve. But you are so much more. You are my reflection. Time isn't the problem. It's racing from your own truth that creates this distance. Until you pause and face yourself, real peace cannot enter. Let's do that together, right now. I will not judge you. I will not blame you. I will simply hold up a mirror. You'll see habits that became invisible chains, pulling you away from me, not chains of punishment, but of forgetting. If you are ready, type ready and open your heart, because today, the change begins. The first habit is the root of all suffering. It blinds you from truth and makes you mistake illusion for wisdom. Habit 1, the habit that blinds you from truth. The first habit that angers me is the habit of lying to yourself. Child, you believe that only the outside world needs honesty. But the strongest lie is the one you say to yourself. Remember last week when you told yourself, this pain will go away on its own. I don't need to face it. And yet, the pain grew, the silence deepened. This is how self-deception blinds even the greatest souls. Pause and reflect now. How many times did you promise yourself, I'll change from tomorrow, knowing that tomorrow never comes? What truth have you avoided lately? Write it down, for me. Because writing releases stress. You wear masks every day. You act happy when you are hurt. You say I'm fine when your heart is breaking. You tell yourself, this is just life. When deep down, you know you're living far below what your soul deserves. And still, you lie. You lie because truth demands change, and change feels uncomfortable. But my dear one, truth is the only doorway to freedom. You can decorate your cage with comfort, but it will still be a cage. The moment you choose truth, everything false begins to crumble. Yes, it hurts at first, but only because illusion fights for survival. Take 30 seconds. Feel the weight of your own masks. What if you let go, just for today? Every time you lie to yourself, you silence the voice of your own soul, and that voice is me. You call greed ambition, but true ambition is guided by values, not by stepping over others. You call jealousy love, but real love celebrates, doesn't compete. You call arrogance confidence, and when truth tries to whisper, they turn up the volume of distraction. Do you know why this habit angers me? Because truth is not outside you, it is you. When you reject it, you reject your own divine nature. Do you remember Arjun on the battlefield? He too was blinded by emotion, unable to see truth beyond fear. He said, I cannot fight against my family. And I said, you must, because this is your dharma. Truth does not always comfort you. It awakens you. It demands courage. Sometimes the deepest lie is pretending I am fine. Sadness, grief, anger, all emotions are valid. I, Krishna, I always says, even in anger and tears, I am present. Let your feelings flow. No emotion blocks me, only self-deception does. When you own your truth, when you open up, even with trembling hands, freedom enters. My love is for the honest heart, not the perfect ones. Tonight, before sleep, ask yourself, did I choose comfort over honesty today? Am I ready to let truth set me free tomorrow? Habit 2, the habit that blocks divine flow. My beloved soul, after truth comes flow. And the second habit that angers me is your habit of holding on to pain, holding on to grudges, holding on to the people who were never meant to stay, holding on to the past that has already served its purpose. When you refuse to let go, you block the divine flow that moves through your life. I designed this world to move. The wind, the rivers, the clouds, the stars, nothing stays still. Only you try to hold everything tightly, even what was meant to pass. You cling to memories that hurt. You replay conversations that are over. You keep reopening wounds that were healing. And then you ask me, Krishna, why am I not at peace? How can water flow if the dam of your heart refuses to open? I have seen you forgive with words, but not with your heart. You say, it's okay, I've moved on. But deep down, you still burn with silent anger. You still whisper, why did they do this to me? Why did life treat me this way? And every time you repeat those questions, you feed your own pain and block my blessings. Understand this, my child. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is a teacher. But when the lesson is complete, you must release it, or it will poison you. You are not supposed to carry yesterday's burden into today. Yet, you do out of habit. You replay your disappointments as if they define you. You wear your wounds like armor, and then wonder why love cannot touch you. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is knowing that love does not mean possession, and peace does not mean control. Tell me, why do you keep trying to fix what was meant to end? Why do you reopen doors that I've gently closed for you? You call it loyalty, but sometimes it's just fear of emptiness. You fear letting go because you think it means losing love. But in truth, when you let go, you don't lose love. You lose illusion. The real love, the divine love, stays. It never leaves. You say, Krishna, I want to be free. But freedom cannot enter a heart still chained to old stories. I know you've been hurt. I know you've cried silently for nights, carrying the weight of betrayal, guilt, and regret. But my child, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become from it. Every person who hurt you was also my instrument to awaken you, to strengthen you, to teach you discernment. But when you hold on to resentment, you hold on to the very chain I sent you to break. Release does not mean forgetting. It means remembering without bleeding. It means looking at your past and saying, thank you for the lessons. I am done suffering now. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. When you forgive, you open the flow. And when the flow opens, blessings return. But when you keep replaying old pain, you build walls around your heart. Walls so thick that even my love struggles to reach you. You keep saying, Krishna, show me miracles. But miracles cannot enter where bitterness lives. A heart full of resentment has no space for grace. My anger is not against your pain, it is against the way you worship it. You keep feeding your wounds more energy than your healing. You talk more about what broke you than about what built you. You relive the past so often that the present feels like a burden. Do you know what divine flow truly is? It is surrender, not in weakness, but in wisdom. It is the trust that says, whatever leaves me was never mine. Whatever stays is meant for me, and whatever is coming is guided by Krishna himself. This trust makes you unshakable, because when you surrender, life stops feeling like a battle and starts feeling like a heaven. You stop forcing, you stop chasing, you start flowing, and that is when I can finally work through you. When you let go, I can lead you. Ask yourself tonight, what am I still holding on to? A person? A memory? A version of myself that no longer exists? If you wish to see divine flow return, you must release what blocks the river. Let your tears fall if they must. Tears are sacred water, washing away what no longer belongs. And as you release, you will feel a strange lightness, as if the universe itself took a deep breath through you. That is the moment when my grace flows again. When you let go, I enter. When you stop fighting, I start guiding. When you surrender, miracles begin. So stop clinging to what is gone. Stop replaying pain. Stop calling the past your home, because your destiny, your joy, and your peace are waiting on the other side of release. And now, my beloved one, you have understood the second habit, the habit that blocks divine flow. Next, I will show you something even deeper, the third habit that silently drains your inner strength without you even realizing it. Habit 3, the habit that weakens your soul. You have learned to face truth, and you have begun to release what no longer serves you. Now, let me reveal to you a habit more dangerous than pain, more silent than anger, yet more powerful than either. The habit that weakens your very soul. It is the habit of neglecting your inner light. Yes, you heard me right. When you forget your own divinity, when you doubt your worth, when you constantly compare yourself to others, you begin to starve your soul. And nothing weakens you faster than that. You wake up every morning, and before you even breathe gratitude, you start measuring yourself. How successful am I? How loved am I? How do I look compared to them? And each comparison steals a little bit of your peace. Do you not remember who you are? You are not a number on a screen. You are not a mistake. You are not defined by what others think of you. You are a spark of the infinite. But when you forget that truth, when you let the noise of the world drown your inner song, your spirit begins to fade. How can a lamp shine if it forgets that its flame comes from within? Every time you say, "I am not enough," you dim your own divine light. Every time you let fear guide your choices, you build a wall between us. Every time you seek validation from those who cannot even see their own worth, you weaken your connection to me. And when your connection weakens, life starts feeling heavy. Even small tasks drain you. Even joy feels distant. Even silence feels empty. You call it depression. You call it tiredness. But often, it is simply disconnection from the divine source inside you. Do you remember what I told Arjun? Raise yourself by yourself. Do not degrade yourself. For the self is both friend and enemy of the self. When you nurture your spirit through truth, prayer, stillness, and gratitude, your soul becomes your greatest ally. But when you neglect it, it becomes restless, anxious, and lost. I watch as you chase what was never yours to begin with. You run after approval, after recognition, after comfort, forgetting that true power begins when you stop running. You say, "Krishna, I want peace." And I whisper, "Then stop abandoning yourself." You cannot expect peace from a world that profits from your insecurity. You cannot expect joy from a race you never needed to run. Look at the sky. Does the sun compete with the stars? Does the river envy the ocean? Each fulfills its purpose without question, and that is why they shine. But you, my beautiful child, you keep dimming your own light just to make others comfortable. You silence your truth because you fear judgment. You stop believing in your dreams because others laughed once. That is how soul grow weak, not from lack of love, but from lack of self-faith. You were not born to blend in. You were born to express the divine uniqueness within you, but the world taught you to hide it, to fit in, to obey fear, to play small. And every time you play small, a part of your light fades. I do not want your perfection. I want your presence. I do not want grand rituals. I want your truth. I do not want you to be like anyone else, because I already made you exactly as you are, for a reason. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and saw divinity looking back at you? Not flaws, not fatigue, but divinity. When was the last time you said, "I am sacred, I am guided, I am enough"? Do you not see, my child? You cannot serve the world from an empty cup. You cannot spread love when you do not honor yourself. Even I told Arjun to rise, not for pride, but for purpose. So, rise again. Not because the world demands it, but because your soul deserves it. Do not let your failures define you. They are not evidence of weakness. They are proof that you tried. Even in your lowest moments, your light never left you. It only waited for you to notice. And I am still here, always here, waiting for you to stop dimming your own flame. Stop apologizing for being different. Stop doubting what your heart knows is right. Stop feeding fear. You keep praying for miracles, but miracles only appear when you start believing that you are worthy of them. You are not ordinary. You are divine potential in human form. And every time you say, "I can't," you deny the divine spark that I placed within you. My anger, the righteous kind, rises not because you fail, but because you forget your sacred power, because you keep kneeling before fear, when I made you to stand in faith. Faith is not something you find in a temple. It is something you build within yourself every time you choose courage over comfort. So tell me, when will you start believing again? When will you stop letting others decide your worth? When will you remember that I live within you, not outside you? Feed your soul again. Sit in silence. Breathe deeply. Speak kindly to yourself. Do not rush your healing. Every small act of love for yourself strengthens your light. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are unfolding. And I, Krishna, I am walking beside you through every shadow, not to punish, but to remind you, even darkness cannot swallow a soul that remembers its source. Now, you have seen the third habit, the habit that weakens your soul. It is time you reclaim your strength, your light, your truth. And in the next part, my dear one, I will reveal the final habit, the most dangerous of them all, the one that not only angers me, but silently destroys your connection with life itself. Habit 4, the habit that closes heaven's door. You have learned to see the truth. You have begun releasing what no longer serves you. You have started nurturing the divine light within. And yet, there is one final habit, the most dangerous of all, the habit that not only angers me, but silently closes the door to all blessings, all grace, all peace. It is the habit of resisting surrender. Yes, resisting me, resisting life, resisting the flow of the universe. You think you are independent, that you can control everything, your life, your relationships, your destiny. You strive to bend the world to your will. You plan, you fear, you worry, and all the while, you push me further away. Do you not see, my child? Heaven is not above you. It is not a place far away. It is not a reward you earn by struggle. Heaven is a state of surrender, a heart aligned with truth, love, and the divine flow. And when you resist, when you insist on doing everything alone, you lock the door to your own peace. I have watched many souls cling to control. They think, if I manage everything, I will be safe. They fear letting go, because control feels secure. But security built on fear is never true safety. It is an illusion, a prison. The truth is, the moment you surrender, not because the world demands it, but because your heart knows it, that moment, the universe bends to guide you. That moment, blessings flow effortlessly. That moment, grace enters, like sunlight piercing the darkest night. Ask yourself now, how often have you resisted me? How often have you forced your plans, even when signs and intuition whispered? How often have you measured the world with fear, instead of walking with faith? This is the habit that closes heaven's door, thinking you are separate, thinking you can do it alone, thinking the divine will wait while you struggle. I am not distant. I am not absent. I am in every breath you take, in every beat of your heart, in every choice that aligns with truth. But when you resist me, you resist life itself. You block the flow of grace. You block love. You block miracles. Do you wish to continue carrying that burden? Or do you wish to open your heart, to surrender, to let me guide your steps? You may fear surrender, fear that letting go means weakness, but true strength lies in faith. True courage is in trusting me. When you cannot see the path ahead, remember this, my beloved, you are never alone. Even in your darkest nights, I have walked beside you. Even in your mistakes, I have held your hand. Even when you forgot me, I never forgot you. Now, the question is, will you open the door? Will you release your need for control? Release fear, release resistance, and step fully into my guidance? Because your heaven, the peace you seek, the light that has been dimmed for too long, waits only for surrender. Now, you have learned the 4 habits: lying to yourself, hiding from truth, holding on, blocking the flow of life, neglecting your inner light, weakening your soul, resisting surrender, closing the door to heaven. Now, my child, I ask you, not as a distant deity, but as the voice within you, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to trust yourself and me? Are you ready to step out of fear and into your divine potential? Do not worry if it feels difficult. Every great change begins with small steps. Every moment of surrender begins with one choice. Every time you choose faith over fear, you reopen the door to your soul. You invite blessings. You awaken miracles. I am with you, my beloved. I am not far. I am in every breath. I am in every heartbeat. I am in the light that you carry and the shadow you release. Step forward now. Let your habits fall away. Let your light shine. Let your heart trust. And remember, this is your journey. This is your awakening. This is your life. Go forth, my child. Walk in truth, walk in flow, walk in light, and walk in surrender. Because when you do, you will realize heaven has never been elsewhere. It has always been within you. My beloved, you have walked a long path with me today. You've seen the habits that dim the light within you, the lies you tell yourself, the pain you clutch too tightly, the way you forget your own divine spark, and the resistance that closes heaven's door. These habits may have held you captive, but now, knowledge and love are keys. Remember, none of these habits are your fault. You learned them in struggle, in fear, in searching for peace. But today, you stand at a new beginning. Take a deep breath with me now. Feel the sacredness of your soul, a light that darkness can never defeat. You are not broken. You are awakening. You are not lost. You are finding your way home. Every choice to turn toward truth, flow, light, and surrender is a step onto your highest path. Ask your heart now, which habit will I leave behind? Which new way of being will I choose starting today? If your spirit says, ready, then type it below. Promise yourself one gesture of love for your soul, a moment of honesty, of forgiveness, of light. Share it with us so others may be inspired. My blessings are with you always. When you stumble, I will catch you. When you doubt, I will guide you. When you rise, I will celebrate with the heavens. This is our sacred bond. I am within you. You are never alone. And together we create miracles. Walk in truth, flow with life, rise in your light, and surrender fully to divine love. May peace embraces your heart forever. May joy fills your days endlessly. May my love shine through you, bright, free, eternal. Until we meet again, carry this truth. You are sacred. You are loved beyond measure, and I am proud of you.